go. Let's go. Let's go. What's going on? Oh, first of all, I want to congratulate you for being here. Oh my gosh, this is Content Kingdom. Content Kingdom. I know you like, what is Content Kingdom? Content Kingdom is where we go deep in content. I call it like the content of church. And what that means is that we going so deep so we can build you, so you can resonate with the world, so you can go impact the world. This is Content Kingdom. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. inside of this community, I'm going live. I want to pour into you so you can go pour into the world. Like, it's big to me because I understand what it means to make a difference. Even if you don't understand just yet, I understand. And so my first series is Finding Your Voice on Social Media. Mm. Finding your voice on social media. The reason why is because it's so many people that is muted on social media. It's so many people that's not speaking up on social media. It's so many people that's not being their authentic self that needs help. And I said, I want to be the one. And so Finding Your Voice is a 4-part series where we're going to break down and go so deep so you can literally get the tools you need to go out and serve. And so I just want to welcome you to the Content Kingdom because for me, it means the world to me. If this is for you, like you somebody that needs to understand how to unlock your voice, put me in the chat. If you somebody that needs to learn how to take it to a whole nother level, put that in the chat. I need to see it. I need to see who I'm talking to. The reason why is because I believe that you got what it takes. You just don't know what you're doing yet. And so I want to come here and give you the tools that you need so you can do it. And it all starts with this. So over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be in this series. All right? Finding your voice on social media, which we're going to help remove the fears. Find that courage because you need courage. Create the direction because you need direction. And teach you how to impact the world using your voice. All right? So if you're ready, I'm ready. All right? First series, part 1, unmute you. That's what we're talking about today, is unmute you. Because what's happening is you muted. And by you being muted, you're not doing everything you got to do to go and impact the world. You're making excuses. You're not showing up. You blaming this and blaming that to the reason why you're not showing up. And if you don't show up, guess what happens? You don't glow up. You don't go up. You don't change your generations. You don't help people. None of that happens unless you unmute you. See, because what that means is that you have the power to unmute you. Nobody else. See, we gave them the power to mute us. Now we have the power to unmute us. You get it? So let's get in. I'm excited. I want to start with this quote right from Rosalind Fish. She said, the hardest part of finding my voice is finding the courage to believe my voice can actually make an impact. Do you hear what she said? Finding the courage to believe. The courage to believe that she actually has something that's going to make a difference in the world. See, it takes courage in order for you to go create content. It takes courage for you to stand up. It takes courage for you to speak up. It takes courage for you to do the unknown, do the difficult. It takes courage. See, the reason why you're not showing up is because you lack the courage. You lack the courage to show up. And so what she said was finding the courage to believe my voice could actually make an impact. See, you got to believe that you're going to make a difference in this world. You got to believe all in. See, I tell you all the time, we going to impact the world. It's not I going to impact the world. It's we going to impact the world. We going to impact the world because I believe we have what it takes. Because I have the courage to stand right here and pour into you and to serve you so you can go to a whole nother level. And so when she said that, I was like, ooh, this is good. This is good. Right? Courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength and the willingness to do what is right in the face of it. See, don't mistake courage and fear like, oh, I got to have one or the other. No, courage is that strength and the willingness to actually go and face it and fight it and stand up with it. See, that's courage. See, I want you to think about it like this. Think about it in this manner. It's a dark tunnel, and there's so many scary things that you don't know what's in there. But you know at the end of this tunnel, everything that you dream for, everything that you wish for is on the other end. But you have to get through it. But you're so scared because it's dark and you don't know what's in it. And when you don't know what's in it, that means, oh my gosh, you don't know what to do. So I want you to understand that literally you got this. I want you to understand that literally you got to go through it. But in order to go through the dark tunnel with everything that's unknown, you must have the courage. See, you got to have the courage to want to face your fears. Think about it like this. If you scared and you stuck, the courage make you actually make the step forward. That's the courage. See, don't think, oh, you gotta replace it. No, you gotta use it. So understand that, right? How courageous are you? How much courage do you have? Of all of the qualities necessary for achieving extraordinary success, courage is the most important. So in order for you to reach all of those levels that you ever wanted to reach, you must have the courage. That's the most important ingredient. See, if you don't got the courage, how you going to show up and shoot content? If you don't got the courage, how you going to stand on them stages? If you don't got the courage, how are you going to believe in you? You not. So that's why it says, of all of the qualities, that all of the good looks and the this and that, none of that matters for achieving extraordinary success. But courage. Courage is the most important. See, if you don't got the courage, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I don't care looks, all that, what you got, it ain't happening. You got all the money in the world. It ain't happening. That courage makes you go to new levels. That courage makes you challenge yourself. That courage makes you do things, you ain't know you can do. I'm for real. So think about it like this. You have to create the courage. For me, it was hard. For me, what I'm doing today, it took so much courage. For me, what I'm doing now took so much courage. And the reason why is because I never wanted to speak. And the reason why I did not want to speak is because I always related speaking to scholars. See, in order to be a speaker, you must be a scholar. I know I wasn't a scholar. I know it because I wasn't reading. I wasn't reading, so I couldn't be a scholar, so I wouldn't be a speaker. I wouldn't even speak. I stayed muted. Like I just hide behind that camera, right, and just let you speak and let you be in front of that camera. And the reason why is because when I was in 4th grade, I remember it like it's yesterday. Literally, the teacher called my mother to come and give her a progress of me, right? So I'm sitting in this little room at this little desk. I'm in 4th grade. I'm short down, so you can imagine me then. And literally, she showed my mother my English, and I messed up stream and steam. See, I had those words mixed up because I'm a little dyslexic, right? But my mom didn't know that. And so she told me, what are you, dumb? I looked at her. I'm like, Mom, I didn't know it. What are you, dumb? And when she said, what are you, dumb? When she said that to me, guess what? I didn't want to read. I did not want to read. So 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, college, I did not read because I didn't want to speak amongst the class because I knew I couldn't read. Because of what my mother said to me then hindered me all the way till I was an adult. literally, I started reading in 2019. That's just a few years ago. Because I muted myself because of what somebody else said to me. And so I know you going through the same thing. Somebody said something to mute your voice. That's why you're not showing up in your content. That's why you're not showing up like you should be showing up, because somebody said something that hindered you. I understand, because I went through it too. You telling me from fourth grade, all this fourth grade had to be like 2005, 2006, right? All the way from there to 2019 is when I first ever read. That's crazy. I gave somebody the power to mute my voice. But one thing I realized once I started reading, I started speaking. But not only start reading and start speaking, I started understanding. But I had to understand, I unmute me. I had to understand that. Because if I did not understand that, I would not be here today talking to you. But what I had to do is get the courage to believe that I had the ability and the power to impact the world. See, I had to have the courage. I knew I wanted to impact it. That's why I used the camera. But I just didn't want to speak. Ooh, it took so much out of me to come out here and speak. Another thing is, I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to be fake, so a lot of people on these internet streets is fake, and I'm not one of them. I don't know how to rock with them. I can't fake kick it. If we rockin', we rockin'. If we not, then we not. See, that's why I tell people to be their authentic self when they show up. Because if you fake, I don't want to be around you. I start getting out the way. See, I didn't come in this to be popular. That's why I don't got the most followers. That's why I don't got the most, I don't care about all that. That's why they ain't calling me for everything. Even though I'm the greatest to do what I'm doing, I'm just not popular. Because I'm not coming to fake kick it. And so what I want you to understand is that you literally have what it takes to unmute you. You have it. And if you don't get unmuted, you cannot impact the world. But that courage starts within. That's what I want you to understand. That courage starts within. So I'm ready. We got to do this, right? Because if we don't do this, then we're going to be stuck. And so Damon John said this, and it was really good. He said, success comes to those who are bold enough to speak their minds and brave enough to act on their words. And so what that means, if you have to be bold enough to literally use your mind and what you think of, your creativity, speak on it. You got to be brave enough to speak on it, but even braver to act on it. See, I have to act on it. See, when I say I have to act on it, I got to be in the middle of doing it. See, I can't just say I want to do it. I got to do it. And so what that means is a lot of people say, oh, I want to do this. No, I act on it means I doing it now. See, I got to be in the middle of act and on. See, I got to be in the middle. I got to be in motion with it. Not just talking. See, when the people just talking, they just talking. See, I don't like that. I like to act on what I say. See, if you look at it like this, act on, if I act on, that's another way from saying action. See, I got to have action on what we doing. We got to have action. That is act on. And that's me in the middle, that means I'm in motion with it. I'm in motion. I'm not just doing it. I'm in motion with it. See, start acting on your ideas. Start speaking on your ideas. Stop being scared of what people might say. Right? See, when it comes to growing your business and creating content, you got to make it happen. You got to act on everything you do, because if you don't act on it, nothing happens. You're going to pass on it. If you don't act on it, then you pass on it. And I don't want you passing on it no more, because you done passed on so many opportunities in this world that you ain't where you wanted to be because you passed on it and not act on it. So from now on, you got to start acting on it, because it takes the courage to actually make it happen. And you got it now. You got it. right? And in order for us to do this, we must understand that we are leaders. We are entrepreneurs. We are mothers. We are fathers. We are husbands. We are wives. We are brothers. We are sisters. But we have to speak on it. We have a superpower. And our superpower will allow us to impact the world. But if we don't start impacting now and start speaking now, then we're going to let people take advantage of us. We're going to let people take advantage of the world. So we have to do it now, right? We have to speak for the good, right? Because if we don't speak for the good, guess what happens? Then the bad people speak over us. See, we got this servant leader in us that we got to let out. We got to do it now. We gotta be fearful, right? We can't be scared of judgment. We can't be scared of how they're going to look at us. Because every time we be scared to speak, we let them strip our superpower. And as long as we let them strip our superpower, we will be powerless. See, I can't be powerless no more because my mission is so big. So we got to allow ourselves the ability to speak even when it's hard. We got to do that. It's our duty. If we don't start now, then guess what? We will not make it to impact in the world. We will not be able to put out content. We will not be able to change our generations. We will not be able to do it if we don't start speaking and have the courage now. We got to do this. We as leaders, we as entrepreneurs, we as the people have to do it. So stop stripping your superpower, right? And start creating content because the content allow your voice to echo. Right? As long as your voice get to echo, you get to doing things you ain't know you could do. You get to getting in rooms you ain't know exist. You get to seeing places you ain't never imagined to see. But you have to do that once you start speaking in your content, and that echo from the content allow you to scale. But until that happens, guess what? You stuck. But we going to change that. We going to get a little deeper. We going to really make a difference. And so I want you to think about this. Right? This is from Proverbs 18:21, right? The tongue has the power of life and death. Listen to me. And those who love it will eat its fruit. See, I have to go into the Bible a little bit. Like, I ain't a big Bible person, but when I seen this passage, I said, wow, that's crazy. You're telling me the tongue has the power of life and death. See, but when we was brought up, they told us sticks and stones could break our bones, but words would never hurt. But now you telling me that the tongue itself has the power of life and death. Think about it. The power of life and death. Our words have the potential to bring life or cause harm. So what that means is we have the power to build somebody up or tear somebody down. But if we stay muted, how can we build? That's just like putting a gun to somebody and taking their stuff. You robbing them from their success. So we have to use words that really build people. Our words carry the power to build relationships, to inspire, to make people comfortable, and to speak life into other situations. See, our words have that. But guess what happens? We ain't using our words. We being muted. And if we being muted, guess what? How can we build the relationships that we need to get to the next level? How can we inspire the people? Because it's reciprocity. When you inspire people, it comes back. See, those people get to inspiring you to be inspireful, right? And then we get to comfort people. When people going through stuff, our words itself have the ability to make them feel better, to make them get up off their ass and start making a difference. And we can speak life. I speak to everybody that I come across. Because you never know the situation that they're going through. You never know. And so all it takes is, hey, how your day going? And they'll be like, well, my day was going, but now my day is. So I make it my duty to speak to everybody, right? And think about this. If they can build, they also can destroy. See, they can also hurt you. Words can discourage you, or words can destroy you. See, that's why it's life and death. See, the word and the tongue has the power. See, that's why you have to speak. That's why you have to get the courage to unmute yourself. That's why you have to get the courage to actually show up and create content. Show up and speak when it's scary. Speak your mind when you don't want to. That's why you got to have the courage to do so. Because I want you to think about this, right? Every time you didn't speak, what happened? Think about that, right? Eating the fruit of our words. We're still in Proverbs, right? We will experience the consequences or the outcome of our spoken words. So whatever we say, something happens in return. Or whatever we don't say, something happens in return. So you must understand whatever you put out gonna come back. If we have sown positivity and life-giving words, we can expect to reap positive outcomes. So what that means is, if we put in life in ourselves, if we thinking positive about ourselves, if we say, oh, we can do it, then guess what happens? It's a positive outcome. See, you say, oh, I can't speak, I can't create content. Guess what happens? You won't create it. Then you won't reap all of the things that you want in this world. It won't happen. But you got to understand that you must think positive about you. You must understand that you must think positive about others. I know it's people out there that you ain't feeling, but don't talk down on them. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk down on them. Because all that's doing is putting negative energy in the world, and we want to keep positive. Like, so that's why I tell myself, ooh, I could do whatever I want to do in this world. Ooh, I could accomplish whatever I envision. Because I always get a positive outcome because of that. I always succeed because of that. So I need you to unmute yourself. I need you to understand the power of you speaking. I need you to understand the courage that you already have in you. You just got to release it. I want you to understand that. Because it's up to you. If we have sown negative or harmful words, we may encounter negative repercussions. So what that means is, if we talking negative, if we thinking negative, guess what? We bring on negative. We bring on negative. See, because even if you think about me, when my mother said that negative thing to me when I was in 4th grade, my whole life I didn't want to read. My whole life, when it came to reading, you know how the teachers make you read, who next? I always got to go to the bathroom. And I stayed the whole class because I was embarrassed. Because somebody told me I couldn't read. And then I thought about it. I'm like, but Mom, you was just in jail for 8 years. Like, you ain't nobody was there to help me. Instead of destroying me with your words, you could have helped build me and gave me the confidence. So you let decades go past of me not being able to read. But I took the courage to believe I can. I took the courage to say, I got to learn how to read. I got to learn how to digest this stuff so I can help more people. And so I want you to think about this. Every time you didn't speak up, what happened? Most of the time when you didn't speak up, you always got the short end of the stick. If it was in a business meeting, you didn't get what you deserved. You got devalued. And that happens because you didn't value you. Everybody is in it for themselves. So if you at a business meeting, they ain't going to be like, oh my gosh, Dontell, I want to make sure you get what you deserve. No, they want to make sure they get what they can as much as they can. So when you don't speak your mind on a situation, you will always get the short end of the stick. You will always feel some type of way. And guess what? When you don't speak up when you know you should, you always hurt more internal. Right? It always hurts you. Then you get to start thinking negative thoughts of that person. You're like, oh, I don't like that person. Oh, that person, this and that. All you have to do is speak up. That's why I made a promise to myself that I will never not speak up. Because I got tired of hurt. That lives with you for years. Well, oh, I could have said this. Oh, this could have happened like this. Oh, only if you get to regretting. But if you would have spoke up in that moment, everything would have changed. Only in that moment. So what I want you to do is speak up. Speak up. And every time you don't speak up, you lose the courage to believe in yourself. Every time you don't speak up and you let something go by, you lose courage and belief in you. That's why I want you to speak up. That's why I want you to unmute yourself. That's why I want you to show up. Because I know that courage is in there. You just didn't push that button. Right? So I want you to start pushing that button. I want you to make a difference. I want you to go deeper. I want you to literally unmute yourself now. I want you to unmute yourself now because you got so much destined around you. You got so much destined in you, but you have to unmute that voice. You got to say, I'm going to show up for me. I want you to say this. I will never not speak up. Say that. I will never not speak up. Right now, you just unmuted yourself. It's just like we on Zoom, unmute button. And don't go back muted. Speak up and think before you speak. Like, think about it. Because the whole thing is not to tear people down. So even if you're not feeling good, you don't want to tear people down. You want to build people up. So I want you to understand, unmute yourself now. I want you now to use your powers, your superpower, and go and let it echo so you can impact the world. That's what I want you to do. I want you to demonstrate confidence, right, and defend your point of views when you're speaking. See, if you don't believe that is a point of view, speak up on it. Speak up on it. Don't go unmute it, because every time you do that, you lose that confidence. So I want you to take it to a whole nother level. I want you to go impact the world. I want you to create the content. I want you to show up because you have the ability, right? You have the ability to unmute yourself. I wish I would have unmuted myself 15 years ago. Whoo! If I would have unmuted myself 15 years ago, my life would be different. I unmuted myself 2019, well, that's 20, 21, 22, 23. 4 years ago. But only for a year and a half I've been speaking. Only a year so 4 years ago I started reading, and a year and a half ago I started speaking. I wish I would have done this. And the only reason why I started speaking is because I got prophesied at church, and they told me that I would speak and pour into millions of people. Right? I will have communities, and I will, like, all of the barriers on my life are gone. And when they said that, that was literally in 2018. Yeah, 2018. I started reading in 2019. But I didn't start showing up like this until the later part of 2021. So, look how long it took me, y'all. Do not let this be you. Speak up now, right? Literally, you have a greater calling on your life. But you have to have the courage to receive it. You have to have the courage to want to use your voice, right? Reach out to the world. Save somebody with your voice. You have it. So We got to stop being afraid to speak up now. We got to start getting our courage. We as leaders, we as entrepreneurs, we as humans, we as mothers, we as fathers, we as the servant leaders must stand up now and start making a difference. See, because we won't change. We want to make it. I really understand. Like, I want to make a difference. My mother wasn't an entrepreneur. My grandmama wasn't an entrepreneur. So we have the best time now to make a difference. We will determine where our legacy goes. But the only way for us to get what's ours in this world is if we speak up. And if we don't speak up, then guess what? We will be stuck, miserable where we at. We will be unhappy with who we are. We will be looking and searching for other people to mimic instead of embracing us. We bold. We courageous. We have what it takes, but we must use our ability. Right? They said communication and imagination is the two highest form of wealth. If communication is one of the highest form of wealth, not speaking up means you poor. Not speaking up means you poor. We can't let that happen. Because if you poor now, that passed down to your generations. If you don't stand up now, that goes down to your generations. So you must stand up now. You must speak up so you can have a better life. And that's the only way it happens. Like, think about this. What can I lose? And what can I gain? Think about this. What can I lose and what can I gain? 9 times out of 10, you're going to gain more than you will lose. So what I want you to do is I want you to literally start speaking up, start standing up, and start making a difference for your life now. Start creating your content. Start using your voice. Start building network and resources around you. Go all in. When you out at the grocery store, speak to that clerk. When you out getting food, speak to that server. When you out and about, speak to the people, because that start building the courage to allow you to speak. It's something that small, and all you got to say is how you doing, how your day going. Start speaking up and unmute yourself. Like, I want to conclude, and I want to come to an end, and I want you to understand that people going to judge you even if they don't have the facts. What that means is what you speaking, if you got the facts, do not let nobody tear your thoughts down. Do not let nobody tear your beliefs down. The way you speak will go through mountains and pierce through things that you ain't know you can move. But all you have to do is stand up and speak up and believe up and go up. Is it all right if I end with a prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you today to ask for you to watch over all of these people that's hearing your mission through me, that's hearing your voice through me, because they have a voice to actually go out and do more in this world. They have the capabilities, they have the power, but you will allow them to use the tools now so they can go and do it. Everything that happened to them before, allow them to forgive so they can make room for the future of them helping and doing your work. Allow them to create content in a way that is original to them. Allow them to be comfortable with serving. Allow them to show up and have a vision that's big and the courage to actually make it happen, and do not get discouraged. And when they do get discouraged, allow them the clarity to actually get through it. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you. Thank you so much. Amen. Right? Literally, I created the Content Kingdom to teach content in a different way. And so the different way will allow you to really go deeper, right? I want to end with this. Really courageous people are the ones who take the first step. They quickly assume responsibility and take lead. They stand up, they speak up, and they move up in life. All right? So I want you to take that with you because literally you have what it takes. This was part one of a 4-part series, Finding Your Voice on Social Media. So I want you to join the Content Kingdom. If you're not already a part of the Content Kingdom, what I want you to do is comment Kingdom so you can join. Because every Tuesday at 7, we going deep. We showing up. It's free. Like, I'm not charging you. I just want you to show up. I want you to have a place, a home where you can be you. I want you to have a home where you can keep getting recharged and rejuvenated, because as you go out and do your work and do your mission, some people pulling on you. Energy is losing from you. So you need to be able to have a place where you can recharge. And you as an entrepreneur, I want this to be your home where you recharge so you can go on social media and create content and impact the world and do it at the full you. All right? So I just want to say thank you so much. If you felt like this was dope, share it with somebody. Tell them about it. Tell them to join. You know what I'm saying? I'm Dontell Antonio, the king of content, and this was Finding Your Voice on Social Media. Unmuting you.